Hey there. I guess I'm live. Happy Monday morning. Hey, did you check out the Oscars? I'm interested in chatting about that today and talking about how it's great fun, right? But being true to yourself is the ultimate goal. My name is Amira Hall, and I'm a manifesting mentor. I'm a psychic medium, but what I do is I'm able to see energy, so I'm able to help you turn that pain into power and manifest your dreams and your desires. Now, I know, a lot of people are caught up in all this Oscar fuss and all the excitement of the Oscars. And honestly, I didn't watch them this year. Sometimes I watch them, just depends on my mood and what I've got going on, but I don't make it a priority. It's not something that, directs my life or any, pardon the pun, directing. So it's I used to remember watching it, or I'll go on to Yahoo and look at all the outfits. I just love sitting on the sidelines and going, yes, no, no, what are they thinking, right? Maybe you're like me, it's just like, how in God's name can anybody actually wear that out and feel beautiful? So, it's a really cool opportunity to put on an outfit and to impress the world, right? Of course, it's a stage like so many other productions and things that they're promoting. I did a little research. I'm not a big movie person. I like them, but I don't seem to remember them. And I could watch them again and enjoy it just as much. But, it's like when you put on a cool outfit and you are trying to be somebody else, it can be uncomfortable and it's not really your style. And so I was preparing to what I was going to talk to you about today. And I was remembering back in the 80s, I was selling jewelry. I was selling gold for a manufacturer out of Montreal. And his wife had an outfit that was designed by her cousin, who was a fashion designer. And so this skirt, there was a skirt, it was a tight fitted skirt up just above the knees. It was beige with black polka dots, about half an inch all over the garment. And at the bottom of the skirt, there was a row of little foam drums. They were about 2.5 inches in diameter. They were covered with this shiny vinyl material, and they were trimmed with this black shiny sequins. And so that was all around the bottom of the skirt, right? So when I walked, these little drums sort of fluttered. Now, there was a jacket that went with that. And so the jacket was a big shoulders, was the 80s style, big padded shoulders. And it was kind of like a bomber jacket. And it was also beige with some black polka dots and and then there was a black trim at the top, at the yoke, in the front and the back, and along the yoke. So it went all around the front and around the back, and it had the drums on it, right? So wherever I wore this, I wore the skirt and the jacket one time, and I'm thinking, oh my God, this is just too much. This is not me. So then I got more courage to wear the jacket alone with, let's say, some jeans or some black pants. And everywhere I went, every time I wore it, and it was only 3 or 4 times, but people would come up to me and go, bum, 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 bum. I want to play my drums. It was the most hilarious thing. But I stopped wearing it. I realized, you know what? This isn't me. What am I trying to prove here? And this was up in Canada. And so putting on the glitz, putting on some glamour, putting on a show for who? I was really feeling awkward wearing it. And so I was thinking about these actresses. Of course, they're actors, right? And so they're wearing these glamorous gowns, and some of them are totally outrageous and ridiculous. You're wondering, how in God's name could they even get out there, right? And then so, it's not about being real. It is a show. In fact, the Oscar isn't even gold. It's just a plastic statue that's spray painted gold. It's now worth $1,000 after an Oscar wins it, only because there's a name attached to it, right? So the whole production, none of the speeches that everybody goes, oh, I just want to listen to the speeches. It's sort of I want to see what they say. It's emotional or it's heartfelt. And so we get caught up in that, right? Again, those aren't even speeches that they write by themselves. They're written by ghostwriters. So it's not their true feelings. So we get swept up in the emotion, we get swept up in the speeches. Yes, it's great fun. But at the end of the day, I've actually watched that. And I remember times feeling, oh God, I'm a loser. I have nothing going on in my life like that. And if you look at it, they're the same people every year that seem to be in the audience or receiving the awards. And I think Karen was on my show last week and expressed, she's an 8-time Emmy Award winner, but her book was written about, it's about time. So she sat in that audience numerous times before she received her Oscar or her Emmy, pardon me. But, I'm sure many actors are in that whole phase of, gosh, is it going to be my turn? And, I'd like to think of us as all actors on our own stage, and how are we performing to our best soul script? Maybe that's what we're here to do, and to not perform, but to be in alignment, having the inside be congruent with our outside world. In fact, in the law of attraction, that is the true secret, is when you understand that it's those feelings that you're generating when you're taking yourself to the grocery store, when you're in the front of a room presenting, all of that congruency is what, it draws people to you and draws what you desire to you. So I know I'm a little off course here, but really coming down to being authentic and aligned with who you are, knowing it from the core of your being. You're not just acting in the world and trying to measure up to what, let's say, your parents have been, encouraging you to do, or, a family tradition in terms of everybody's a doctor, everybody's lawyers, or we respect lawyers because they've got this education or they went to a particular school. So we've all got some version or some theme of that going on in our life. And I call them patterns or programs. They're scripts. They're scripts that were written for us by somebody else, but they're not our own script that we need to follow. And listening and tuning into that authentic voice that wants to be expressed in the world, where you could wear a goofy outfit like I was back in the 80s and feel confident. The truth was, at that time, I wasn't in that outfit. It wasn't me. I was pretending to be confident and wanting perhaps some attention or enjoying the playfulness of it. But I have to say, I had to sort of gear myself up for the attention that the jacket was going to bring me. So I knew that going into it. And I think that's why I didn't like it. I didn't like that feeling. Our culture is steeped with elitism and exclusivity. I know even in the spiritual community, I've spoken to a lot of people about this. There's some brand names that you may have heard, Deepak Chopra. I remember Sylvia Brown had a contract with a big publishing house in the San Diego area. And I learned that all of those, the exclusivities and all of the special events were all geared to just simply sell books. So it wasn't so much what was in the book. Half the books were written by ghostwriters. So there again, I kind of got jaded in the whole community and the whole pomp and circumstance of making something bigger than it really is. So I guess, as we come into alignment with who we are in that authentic self, our spiritual abilities open up. Your sense of vision, your clairvoyance, and being able to see truth, seeing that Oscar is only worth $10, not $1,000, right? Or that the pomp and circumstance of all of the production isn't what it really is all about. It's really all about promotion, right? And all those after party speeches are carefully scripted and edited, and to make the actor look the best that they can. So, hey, I'm live. This is raw. I hope it makes sense. Yeah, it does. So I'd love to hear your opinions. Did you watch the Oscars? Did you get caught up in the outfits? Let me know which was the hottest outfit. I'd love to check it out myself and, enjoy it. for what it is and not realize that you're less than because you're not on a red carpet, or maybe you're not, part of the fashion police like I signed up for. But to be successful or happy, it's not about receiving an Oscar so much. Perhaps it's about you acknowledging the truth of who you are and what your purpose is, and not to pretend to be somebody that you're not. And if you can't connect with that, well, let's talk then, because I can assist you in coming into alignment with that. I know there was a time in my life that I didn't know who the frick I was, right? And it's still work in progress. We're all on this journey. It is about learning who we are, staying true to ourselves, and being that awesome, incredible light that you are, to shine bright on your stage. Have a magical week. I'll see you back tomorrow, every weekday, 11 a.m. Eastern Time. And for those of you who want to shine brighter, there's some links in my description where you can get the Stress Buster guided visualization, and that will start clearing out your energy of all these vibes that are distracting and taking you off your track. So enjoy that. It's my gift to you. Shine bright.